Yeah, you got to find me on there, cause you ain't get me no other way. Hold on, man. Hold on.
Personally, I never thought of my husband as a race. It's just very interesting to me that see people go, she's married to a white man. When I look at my kids, I'm not like, oh, my kids are mixed. I married the person that it made the most sense for me to marry. I have a mind that is just, if you even knew half the things that I'm thinking about, the stuff that I'm reading, just go all the time. It's difficult for me to find. It was difficult for me to find a partner that was a challenge to me. The challenge that I needed, whether you want to say like an academic challenge, whatever it is, with my same interests. Mm-hmm. It just was. What you will know, a lot of times people think that when people come together, it's because of how they look. Actually read this in a Thomas Sowell book, or maybe it was a Shelby Steele book. Me personally.
Yeah, hey, y'all Negroes gotta stop rolling out Candace Owens like she did not throw the black community up under the bus for the last 4 years. I was like, y'all are too easy, man. Like, it's like she comes back and it's just like, oh, Candace, the intellectual. Like she's not an intellectual, right? She started this clip. I don't see, I met my husband. I don't see race, but she put on the White Lives Matter shirt, in the middle of George Floyd.
Facts.
So like, yo, Candace is not an intellectual for one. For her to sit here on the Breakfast Club and say that she could not find a man that her intellectual equal, until she basically married, her guy, that was disrespectful. Y'all tolerate a lot of disrespect, and it's no wonder why in our community so many black men are simps and lames, because y'all, like, you guys will eat your throw up.
Angela Yee, this is the part of the Breakfast Club of what I loved about you being there. Also, since Yee has left, well, probably way before you left, I stopped watching Breakfast Club for reasons like this. I no longer know who's the smartest person in that room. No matter how I felt about Angela Yee, she was always the smartest person in that room. And then as I kept watching the Breakfast Club, I remember the guys playing parts, being a caricature. Excuse me. They tore us up.
They tore us up with that. Hey, big ups to y'all.
Big ups to y'all, man. But I noticed that with Charlamagne and Envy, right? And so it bothers me. But now I don't know, and I don't watch, so maybe Jess is the smartest person in that room. But the smartest person in that room, in that conversation going on, was Candace, and that's sad. And for nobody to catch it.
Yeah, and it, like, no one checked her. And it's like, are we that depraved, of a black messiah that anyone that shows up, we're just like, oh my God, are you the one?
Yeah.
Hey, bro, like, can we get actual intellectuals in the room and not bring out washed up has-beens that completely sold out, her own community?
I'm ready to have the biracial talk again to set us off.
And then she comes back, says a few things, and now y'all like, oh, St. Candace, like, man, it's disgusting.
How do people, this is a person who's married to a non-black person, about to ask you, how do black people end up marrying outside their race?
Yeah, you might want to look in the mirror.
This is when the black community said, go ahead, Gavin, watch your tone. Because you about to, I look at it like this. When, the only person I ever dated that wasn't black was my wife, right? I also look at it and say, I laughed one time because this girl who I knew, she got married, but she went on a dating profile. One that you pay for. She was serious. She was like, I want a husband, blah, blah, blah. She paid for it. They still married today. They got kids. It's a beautiful thing. Right. And I remember looking at my homeboy Amir, shout out. I just saw him this week. And me and him had a conversation. And I go, this was back in 2010. I'm like, bro, why she do that? Why she do that? He was like, well, who you gonna marry? I was like, I don't know, probably a girl from church. We're going to church all the time. And I was like, I'm always here. He said, I bet you'll marry somebody from this job. And I said, why? He said, because you are here at minimum 10 hours a day. And I laughed. I said, I never married somebody here. Fast forward 5 years later, I do, to my wife. Right. And a lot of it had to do with, I knew her so well. Yeah. We got along so well. We had certain similar values. And I also look at it like this, like the distance between black and Puerto Rican ain't as far as some other distances. Let's just put it like that. Right. And as far as like understanding and what we will do, what we won't do, you know, we still got some issues we got to work out.
Yeah. I mean, it's values, right?
She trusts some of y'all that I don't.
Yeah.
But, you know, I look at it, and so I say all that to say, because I know a young lady right now, and I swear, if this girl was more active on social media, I will tag her for everybody to follow, because she reminds me so much of Candace. Like, but Candace is not biracial. This young lady who I'm thinking of, biracial, looks black. You know what I'm saying? Only dates white guys. Only sees the beauty in the benefits of white. You know what I'm saying? And it's weird. But also, if you talk to her, she didn't grow up around black people. She was never around black people. She used to grow up where she was the only black person in certain spaces. And
if that's the case, like, do you, right?
Yeah, I don't think Bronny is going to end up. I don't know.
Yeah. Like if that's who you are, then do you, right? But what makes it wrong is when now you're saying, well, these people are better than you. Mm-hmm. Right, like I don't like that, and Candace clearly did that. Clearly, you know. So this idea that we're about to welcome her back into the community with open arms, yeah, not my side of the internet. Y'all side of the internet can't. No, like you can't walk that back. You know, you can't walk back what you've done. I don't care. You know who she's married. I think she married up. If I'm being honest, you know. So it's like, yo, I'm not hating on that, but you're not about to, you know, do that. Bash my community and then say, okay, well, now I want to walk it back and be a part of the community again. Like, no.
Do you think it's benefits to having Candace in our community? I do. I can understand how she lands on certain platforms.
She's a part of the community in the sense that she's a black woman, but Candace has never been pro-black. And even that idea now, pro-black, because most of the people that I see on the internet right now that are pro-black and wearing the waist beads and wearing the head wraps and shit, like y'all are the most anti-black, misandric motherfuckers I ever witnessed in my fucking life. So like the pro-black is just something people say now. They're not actually pro-black.
Yeah, I mean,
pro-attack black is what they are.
I don't follow Candace enough to know like how she give it up, but to know how she don't give it up. I definitely follow her enough to know how she give it up, and it's definitely y'all don't fuck with y'all niggas.
Yeah, it's like
I'm not.
Why are we pretending that this is not who she is?
And I think sometimes people, I hate keep going back to this. Y'all are not who y'all say y'all are. Y'all selling yourselves for clicks, and I think that we are getting to this point where clout matters more.
Yep.
So when I say it like that, it's the checking in when you go to LA, so you can go to the most dangerous parts, so you can get certain stripes, or you could be labeled as a hood dude. It is that, you know, it is the podcasters out here lying about stats, and they guess lying about stats, and then you want to know like what's going on. Your girl blocked you. Amani Talks. Shout out to her, man.
Yeah.